Rise of the Gold Eagle, Chapter 1, The Birth of Rex. September 16th, 1987, 10:31 p.m. As if awakened from a long night's rest, Rex opened his eyes and focused on the first thing he saw, which was a 19-inch color TV set mounted near the ceiling. It was not on at the moment, however, and his attention was quickly dragged away by his now depressingly familiar surroundings. His heart monitor began to beat more and more rapidly as he began to speak with anger in his voice. "What is this?" Rex hissed as he turned his attention to the person seated at his right. Cassie had apparently been at his side for some time, being that she was sound asleep, and there was little indication that she had shifted her position recently. Rex overlooked these facts, as well as her bandaged right eye, as he decided to manhandle her into consciousness by forcefully grabbing her right arm. "What are you doing here, wench?" Rex hissed, progressively louder with each word that left his lips. Cassie flinched at first, with involuntary responses, followed by very voluntary responses.
Mitch! You're awake! Oh my god! Ow!
She shouted, in both surprise and in pain, as she sat up straight in the chair and leaned towards Rex. "I am no longer Mitch. I am the Rex! What are you doing here, wench? Why have you entered my bedchamber, you pathetic excuse for a maiden?" Rex shouted in a most condescending manner. Cassie was very confused at this point and thought only to contact the nurse's station.
My god! Mitch! Let me push the contact button! Ow!
Cassie shouted, her ability to speak now stifled by Rex's relentless twisting of her arm. "You no good fucking wench. You contact no one without my say. You have but one thing to do, one thing to think. It's what I tell you. You will serve me or you will leave my bedchamber. You will leave or you will serve. What choice make you, wench? Answer me now!" Rex said quickly, even more forcefully than before, with each sentence twisting her arm more and more. Cassie, overcome by the sight of Mitch out of his coma, cared little for her arm being twisted, and even less for his hate-filled words. She simply replied with a cracking and quivering voice.
I will serve you. I'll do whatever you want. I'm just glad you're awake.
As she began to cry and place her head on Rex's right arm, which now had stopped twisting pain into the seemingly fallen beauty.
I've stayed with you, and I've prayed. Prayed that you would come back to us. I'm so sorry. Let me make it up to you.
Cassie said with tears, the whole time sobbing and wetting Rex's arm, which still held her firmly. Despite the pain being inflicted on her, she hugged his arm lovingly in complete surrender. Blood began to stream from the right side of her face, where her right eye had once been. Rex seemed to calm down, but only slightly, for his rage seemed to be without end. He interrupted Cassie with a cold-blooded callousness in his voice. "Blood and tears? This is a promising start," Rex said with anger in his voice, as he wiped some of the tears and blood from his right arm with his left hand and placed the fluids in his mouth in a sickening fashion. A wicked grin began to creep on his face, as he now spoke in a different tone. "Mitch is gone. I am the Rex. You will call me this or my lord from now on. You are mine, are you? Say it. Swear your loyalty unto me. Swear it unto death. Let me hear it now. Are you mine, wench?" Rex commanded, as if to a subordinate. Cassie looked up at Rex briefly, but seeing the rage in his eyes, she pressed her head back down on his arm and sobbed some more.
I swear it, Rex. What do you want me to swear? I swear it. Anything.
Cassie said, now just short of a full cry. "You worthless wench! I say swear unto me your total loyalty. Swear loyalty unto death!" Rex shouted, now twisting Cassie's arm again. "Swear to obey me as your lord. Say it! Say it to me. Rex, I swear loyalty to you, my lord, unto death!"
Ow!
Cassie shouted, but even under great pain, she obliged.
I swear loyalty to you. You are my lord. Unto death. And more. Please stop. Don't hurt yourself. Cassie said, now unable to hold back the full power of her sorrow, releasing it through tears and sobbing. It was not until this point that Rex realized his health was somehow in question. Rex then began to think about why he was there in the first place. This led him to reach for his head and discovered it was covered in bandages.
"'Tis but a scratch," Rex said jocularly, referring to the now classic movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which Cassie was all too familiar with. "It's just a flesh wound." Cassie dared to let out a giggle, but only for a second. She peeked up at Rex as if to ask permission to laugh at his joke.